tell their children little white lies. However, there is one fib that is bigger than the others. It's, I don't have a favourite child. Take a look at this.
Now that we're all alone, Marge, admit it. You like Lisa Beth.
No.
Oh, so you're a part woman, are you?
No.
Well, you can't possibly like Maggie Beth. What has she ever done? Nothing for nobody.
Are you on Marge's side or Homer's side? Do you have a favourite child? Here with more, please welcome parenting expert Michael Grose. Now, Michael, we all agree that our parents probably didn't have a favourite, maybe, except for mine, because she loved me the most.
I'm the favourite.
Parents really do sometimes have a favourite, don't they?
Oh, they hate to admit it, but
Yes.
they certainly do. The research, there's been a number of studies out. One says 75% can identify the favourite.
Wow.
They're the ones who admit it. I think the other 25% don't admit it. We always have a bit of a soft spot for some of our kids.
Does it fall into certain patterns, like the firstborn son or the youngest child who's really cute and talented and named
There are
Junior?
Not sure how far I should go with this one, but there are patterns. One of the things we know that often dads will favour their youngest daughters and mums will often favour their eldest sons. But often it's about a temperament aspect or some aspect of your personality which you can really gel with. And we also know that black sheep, if you're the black sheep in the family, you'll often sort of gel with your child who's a little bit out there, a little bit the black sheep as well. So there's different aspects.
So is that the key to it? Is it sort of identifying in your children the thing that...
Parts of yourself.
That's one aspect of it. It's parts of yourself you can see in your kids, parts of yourself which makes kids easier to relate to. There's also the notion of difference. If you're different in some way within your family, it often brings you a little bit of favour as well. So if you've got three boys and suddenly a girl comes along, well, you feel, that's fantastic.
But isn't it natural that as people we're going to get on with certain people better than others? You're not going to like everybody, are you?
I couldn't agree more. I mean, rules of family life says we've actually got to love our kids, and you might love them equally, but you like them differently, and just that very nature sometimes of it's easier to relate to some kids than others.
But should you withhold that information until
probably
maybe
should.
they're in their 20s and they can deal with it? Because I imagine, I know a lot of middle children that did feel very lost growing up because they just didn't feel like they made their mark because the eldest were off going to uni, the youngest is at home and getting babied, and they didn't get a lot of attention.
Yeah, and they need to move on from that and get over that to a degree. But
I'm going to say that to middle children.
What about me?
What order are you?
I'm the youngest, and of course I was the favourite.
But you know, in my family, my sister in the middle was the favourite because by the sort of late 70s when she was born, this idea that the middle child gets lost was out and about. So my mum went onto the middle child to make sure she never missed out. And so she is a sook, and she gets away with everything.
Now, Michael, you said that you were the youngest and you thought you were the favourite. I was the youngest, thought I was the favourite. Did a straw poll with our audience and floor crew today. Majority of people think they're the favourite.
I think that's pretty true. I think a lot of people, and that's that narcissistic aspect. It is about me. But also, I did something interesting yesterday. It is about...
told you. I don't think I'm the favourite. My brother and I reckon my mum's completely equal.
Not sure if that's true. I don't think we're ever equal.
But isn't that better parenting? To me, if two children believe that they are loved equally, she's hiding something really well.
It's probably
That's good.
Thanks,
and
Mum.
it's about, you're allowed to have favourites, but you're not allowed to show it. I think that's very much the issue. But I did something interesting on my Facebook page yesterday. I put out and said, who's a black sheep? Were any of you the black sheep of the family? You could almost see the comments leap off the page.
Wow.
People said, yeah, I'm the black sheep. Yeah, that was me. And it was often the middle, and it was more female than male as well. So we often like to, that notion of being a little bit of the black sheep, a little bit different, is almost a badge of honour for many people.
But being different, is that a way of looking at me?
Yeah, look, being different is really important in families. If you're different in some way, it often brings you attention.
Yeah.
So sometimes that difference of interests, there's difference of talents, there's difference of personality, difference even in gender, will actually bring you some favouritism and bring you some attention, which is really what this favouritism bit is about. It's about, I'm being noticed, I'm being the centre of attention, I'm being appreciated. And one of the things we do know about favourites, there's two aspects if you're the favourite. First aspect, it actually promotes confidence in you. It's a really confidence-boosting issue. Yes, it is, and that's the research shows us that I'm the favourite one, I'm put on a bit of a pedestal, therefore I must be okay.
I must have owned it, I must deserve it.
Yeah, And there's another aspect to that, is that some actually hate it because they get terrorised by their siblings, and it can often stay for life as well. So one of the issues about the favouritism is that it's often for life. You're always
cool.
Once a favourite, you're always a favourite.
Well, that's what I wanted to ask, because in our family there's 4 kids, right? And we often felt like the favourite shifted. We called it being the star child.
Yeah, the golden child.
So we'd be like,
ball moved.
The ball moved sometimes. Like I remember my brother got a scholarship, and that was a big deal. That was like 3 years of being star child.
And then when you got expelled, you weren't the star child anymore.
No, but I needed lots of attention. You can move, can't it?
You can move, but I think the actual central person of this is the one that Mum really
This is the one that they default to.
I think it might actually stay. And that's what I think it does.
Yeah,
and the research actually tells us that as well.
It'd be very weird for one child to be both parents' favourite. So there's Dad's favourite and Mum's favourite.
I think that we play good cop, bad cop a lot. And that's one of the aspects around that you need the other parent sometimes to be the reality check.
Yeah.
Maybe you need to look at this child a bit differently, says one parent to the other one. So you tend to sort of play one parent off against each other and also be that reality check.
So how many kids have you got?
I've got 3.
Have you got a favourite?
I've actually Facebooked this. Isn't it interesting these days? I put out about 3 weeks ago, do you have a family favourite? My youngest daughter actually just answered back, said, yes, Dad, you know I'm your family favourite.
Oh, what is it with you youngest one?
And she's pretty right, actually. She's got a pegged in one.
Well, the other 2 know where they stand now. Please thank our favourite parenting expert, Michael Grose.
You can't do that.
So a real chink in your parenting expert armour there. The latest from the 10 newsroom is next after this quick message from Nikki.